Hi friends, welcome to today's video where we're tackling business cycles, or as I like to call them, the economic roller coasters that make your portfolio stomach drop. So let's start with a simple truth that would make a great needlepoint pillow for any financial advisor's office. Control what you can, invest through what you can't. Here's what falls into the completely out of our control category. Economic ups and downs, market movements, which are about as predictable as a toddler in a candy store, and policy decisions, which is made by people who may or may not understand the implications of their economic tinkering. So, trying to control these factors is like trying to control the weather. You might own an umbrella, but you're not commanding the clouds. But here's the good news: we absolutely can control our own financial behavior, resisting the urge to panic sell, for instance, creating thoughtful financial plans, and adjusting our approach when necessary. Because flexibility in financial planning is extremely important. With recession whispers circulating these days, it's crucial to understand what business cycles actually are and how they impact your financial journey. So, over the next few minutes, I'll break down these economic patterns in plain English, no economic degree required. You'll learn why recessions are actually normal, like my teenager's mood swings, and how they create both challenges and opportunities, and most importantly, how to position your portfolio to weather these inevitable storms. So, what exactly is a business cycle? Think of it as the economy's version of a four-act Broadway show, except in this instance, nobody gets to pick when intermission happens. Business cycles are the economy's natural journey through four distinct phases. You have expansion, when everything's growing. You've got the peak, which is the economic equivalent of reaching the top of a roller coaster. You have contraction, when things start slowing down. And you have the trough, which is the bottom of the economic barrel. So the whole performance typically runs for about 5 to 10 years, from curtain rise to final bow. And since World War II, our economy has experienced 12 recessions. So that's 12 economic plot twists, where everyone scrambles to rewrite their financial scripts. And here's something interesting. Business cycles have been getting longer since the 1980s. And each phase has its own personality. During expansion, economic growth blooms and unemployment falls. So it's the everything coming up like roses phase, where optimism flows as freely as coffee on a Monday morning meeting. So the peak is that brief, glorious moment of maximum growth, like hitting your investment goals and your golf handicap in the same month. Everything seems perfect, which is precisely when you should start getting nervous. Contraction is when activity slows and unemployment rises. So the economic party is starting to wind down, and suddenly everyone's checking their financial watch saying, is it time to go home? And finally, the trough marks the bottom, which is that moment when the economy has hit pause and it's just catching its breath before starting up again. So while predicting exactly when these phases will transition is basically impossible, understanding where we generally are in the cycle can help you make smarter financial moves. So think of it like knowing it's autumn. I mean, you can't predict exactly when the first frost will hit, but you know it's time to start checking your winter coat for holes in it. So now let's talk about market cycles versus business cycles. So think of market cycles as the hyperactive younger sibling of business cycles, with twice the energy and half the attention span. So as this chart of the S&P 500 shows, market cycles bounce around like a caffeinated squirrel. They're far more volatile and happen more frequently than business cycles. You can often have multiple market corrections within a single business cycle, like mini episodes within the main economic season. So why are markets so jumpy? Because they're constantly trying to predict the future. They're essentially the fortune tellers of the financial world. And like most fortune tellers, they're frequently wrong. Markets can dramatically overreact to today's headlines as if they're reading tea leaves about tomorrow's economy. The truth is, markets often prepare for economic blizzards that never actually arrive. So how do we navigate this roller coaster without losing our lunch? Here are some strategies that actually work. Maintain a long-term perspective. You have to treat daily market news like reality TV. It's entertaining to watch, but not something to base life decisions on. Rebalance your portfolio regularly, like adjusting the sails on a boat as the wind changes direction. Three, adjust your expectations by cycle phase. So don't expect bull market returns during economic contractions. That's like expecting summer weather in February. And lastly is keep a solid emergency fund, because the best time to invest is often when it feels scariest. And you can only do that if you're not forced to sell to cover expenses. So here's the secret sauce. Different asset classes respond to economic changes the way different relatives respond to family drama, each with their own unique reactions. Some assets shine during economic expansion, while others provide shelter during the storms. A well-diversified portfolio might not win every race, but it's more likely to finish the marathon. If you found this helpful and are watching it on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. My goal is to share these financial insights that really cut through the noise. And as always, if you have questions about how these cycles affect your specific financial situation, please reach out at any time. Thanks a lot.